You're now listening to the 360 Real Talk Podcast, your source for entrepreneurship, entertainment, and lifestyle. With your hosts, 360, Alex and JD. Monday nights from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. on FXBG Radio, Facebook, and YouTube Live. Subscribe to the 360 Real Talk Podcast on Apple and Google.
We did it.
All right.
That new intro, though.
Yeah, it's great.
All right. Shout out to Tony B for the intro.
You.
That was awesome.
It was really good.
Made that over at the office today. Messing with the pro. He got it done real quick.
Shout out to our not a sponsor vitamin water.
Right. If you want to be our sponsor. All right. So, yeah. Facebook's having issues with our streaming things, so we're a little off today. I can't do my normal share and invite and watch party, so I guess we're just going to get into it.
So we get your whole, fully
undivided
attention.
Yeah.
Wow.
Imagine that. I don't think that's ever happened.
New year, new mark, huh?
Right. Might have to run an ad to this thing or something to get the stats up. Anyway, so welcome to the 360 Real Talk Podcast. It's Monday. I'm 360. We got
Alex.
And then we got
JD.
And we're here to talk about some entertainment, some lifestyle, some entrepreneurship, and a bunch of random chitter chatter that we throw in there. You can check us out Mondays on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and, Google, Android, all that good stuff. Yeah. All right, so let's get into some topics. I got, it's February, so, we got to talk about some dating stuff.
Oh, gosh.
And it's a new year. We're still, this is still New Year's for some people, it's February.
Yeah, it's true.
A lot of people are still on that new year, new me, and resolution type stuff. So let's talk about 3 dating resolutions for the most satisfying dating life in 2019. I don't know how that can be possible with just 3 tips.
3 simple rules.
3 simple rules.
The law of 3, I think, is a thing.
The law of 3? I mean, yeah.
Something of 3, the triangle of 3. I don't know. It's a something of 3.
So, it says if you put your love life in the ringer back in 2018, like probably most people did if they're single, it's time to smash the reset button and start over all things sex and dating in your life. So, add some tips. Take yourself on dates, it's saying. Commit to that beauty sleep. I can say that has helped me a lot in the last however long I've had the office. I've been getting up early, going to the office, and sleeping early. And, yeah, by midnight, I feel like an old man that I am. And I'm like, it's time to go to bed.
I've been telling myself the same thing.
Time to go to bed at midnight. And
go to bed early.
Before that, I'd be like 2 o'clock in the morning trying to find somebody to talk to.
I watched a video of this girl who changed her whole sleeping routine so she could wake up at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh, man.
She had to be in bed by 8. I was like, I can't even live like that.
Right. So,
Nope.
I will tell you one thing. It's hard getting old because I'm at the same point
coming
that he
from
is.
the 25-year-old over here.
Hey, I'll be 26 in like a month.
I remember saying that.
25, I was still partying it up, sleeping in a bar parking lot, and going to my construction job smelling like a whole bottle of whatever I drank.
I was never like that.
And I did it.
I did that a handful of times.
I was a pro.
But you get a kid and you just kind of have to.
Well, yeah, having a kid
do it anymore.
Puts about 10 years on you, so I'll give you that one. 25 with a kid, you're 35.
So I'm 40? Shit.
Yeah. Something like that. You got 3 kids, so yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm 1 and I am
so
actually.
So does that go back to the things of everything's in the sum of 3 with 3 kids at 3 times the age, or?
Yeah, I think so, because 3 kids is 3 times the bullshit.
The law of 3 can either be good or bad.
Right. So, all right, let's get into it, though. So get out of your comfort zone. We've been talking about this every week here since with all this New Year stuff is 2019 is, it's got to be the year that you get out of your comfort zone with life in general. Just do things that you normally don't do. Take a chance. Take a risk. If you see that hot chick or dude that you've been wanting to holler at for a while, just do it. Somehow, do it. Just find a way.
There's a will, there's a way. You just got to find it.
Challenge the dating habits you've established or maintained in 2018. It could be as simple as chatting up the hot people at the bar instead of swiping on all the time on Tinder. No no matter how awkward it is at first.
Oh my
Yeah, I mean, I always crack jokes at karaoke events. They got all the liquid courage you need behind the bar,
Oh yeah,
and they actually do.
they do. That's
They
a
got
good
it
one.
all. Whether you're a beer drinker or a liquor drinker, you drink enough, you'll get the courage to say hi to that cute chick.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something about singing karaoke.
Oh,
and I was
that
like,
too.
sometimes it's just not worth it.
Yeah, sometimes it's not.
You had a little too much courage.
It also Elite Daily, shout out to them for the article. One of these days I'll write my own content. They say switch up the kinds of people that you ask out or the kind of dates you go on. So, maybe switch up. That kind of makes sense though. If you're used to dating one type of person and it wasn't
Sure.
working,
Stop shooting for 10s. You know?
yeah. As I've got older, I don't shoot for 10s anymore. I
Look,
go for
Yeah, I
personality.
think you start to look for a 10 in personality.
Yeah,
instead.
exactly.
Yeah, well, like from the musician standpoint, from like when I'm playing all night, and I watch people try to hook up. Like
Oh,
I
God,
just
from
told
the
a guy
stage.
like 2 weeks ago, I'm like, man, all night you've been going for up here.
Yeah. Come back
Let's
down to
go down
reality.
here.
Oh
yeah.
man,
Yeah. So stop putting up with ghosting, breadcrumbing, or orbiting.
I wanna
I do
know
not
what-
know what breadcrumbing is.
what is
Let's figure this
orbiting?
out.
Do you know what orbiting is?
I do not.
Okay.
What is being a victim of breadcrumbing? What is a breadcrumbing? I want to know what this is.
Me too.
There's a link, so let's see what it says.
Someone has left a window open.
Breadcrumbing
Or it's
is
just
you were on a roll texting each other back and
This is
forth and
great.
felt so excited, potentially hanging out and seeing where that would lead. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, but you never got it. Waiting on plans, waiting on phone. I get it. So it's one of those you're back and forth, just like it says, and you're talking about, hey, yeah, we should grab a drink sometime. Yeah, we should hang out sometime.
That's orbiting.
That is breadcrumbing.
That's breadcrumbing.
You've been breadcrumbed when they don't follow through and it never happens.
Oh.
We all got those people, whether it's friends or someone that you're just trying to meet up with, or in my case, something that I'm just trying to accomplish with someone that just never happens. Happens a lot. I get breadcrumbed a lot. Then I got breadcrumbs all over the place.
Mark, you know what we should do?
Get ready to shake him out
Ju-
of the
just to
Shake the
chair.
see-
breadcrumbs off.
Just to see if this thing actually works, we're gonna do like the dating game for you one week.
We
Whoa!
should.
That's genius.
All right.
Whoa.
So, and then orbiting is just as bad. Let's see what the orbiting is. Orbiting is a new dating trend. It's like ghosting, only more annoying.
More annoying.
So, okay.
Professional level.
Ghosted without an explanation. Oh, so orbiting is when they ghost you, but they still continue to follow you on social media and watch
Oh.
all your stories, click on all your
and
stuff.
the stories, like you can see who.
Yeah, you can
watches
see
your
who viewed it.
story, Yeah.
My experience is the opposite in my dating life is like I'll get close to someone and we're hanging out, everything's going good, and then something goes wrong and I get ghosted
Mhm.
and they quit clicking, they quit viewing, all that stuff. But you know what I do? I do the reverse. I click like on every single thing they
Oh,
post.
you're a creep.
It's not even
So
a
you're
creep.
that guy.
Creepy.
It's not even creepy. It's just a week ago you was clicking like on every single thing I posted, but because it didn't quite go the way you wanted it to, now we can't even be like socially interactive online.
mutually appreciative of
Or
social
or is
media
that
posts?
just you going? That's
I
right,
see-
I'm still here.
I see
Yeah,
you.
yeah, I see you.
I see you.
Yeah. To me, it just doesn't make sense because a lot of
That is
times
great.
it's like I'm one of those people where it's like, hey man, it didn't go the way we thought it would. Let's still be friends, and they're like, yeah, we're still friends. Oh, but you don't click on
Why
like
didn't you
it.
like my new profile picture? I
Right.
thought
Or I'll comment on their stuff, and there'll be 5 other people that comment on the same thing, and they
They just leave
respond
you
to
high and
everybody
dry.
but me.
So why don't you just
And
get
then I'm
real
petty, and I
weird
just
about
go
it?
delete my comment later. I don't care.
Just get real weird about it and like straight up post on their Facebook timeline like, hey,
Now
how
that's
you
creepy. Now
doing?
that's creepy.
No.
I've been liking your pics.
Right? Why are you not responding?
face.
Right?
What is it?
what happened the
Eggplant?
last weekend?
When
Wink.
when are we gonna hang
Thought we
out
had
again?
big plans.
Right.
Super creep.
So moving on, the last one is don't be afraid to ask for what you want. So
That's true in everything
I
in
feel
life.
like there should be boundaries to that for certain people.
there should be, back to the creepy side of things.
Yeah.
Some people they're totally not afraid to ask for what they want, and they ask for crazy things
But
that they
then you can
shouldn't
just
ask
get rid
for.
of them real fast.
Right? You can just
You
breadcrumb 'em.
already know the truth, and
I'm breadcrumbing this year.
Throw out
No
the
more
deal
ghosting.
breakers.
It's breadcrumbing. Shout out to all
You know
6
what?
viewers we got on YouTube.
You know what? I'm going to
Thanks,
breadcrumb
6
you.
viewers on YouTube.
So mad that we can't go Facebook Live tonight. It's very frustrating.
It is frustrating, but it's okay. We're gonna make it through.
It's all right. We'll be all right. Because I'm going to go back and
And if you
share
came
the
from
hell out of it.
Facebook-
Thank you for coming over.
Mark,
Thank
did you get the
you.
same ad that I got?
Yeah, I did.
For what?
I want to talk about that for a
What's
second
your ad
too.
and what
So you go down to the
article?
bottom
If you go
now.
down to the bottom of this page, the
Here
ad
is
that's
a
on there.
Valentine's Day vibrator for +1. Invite a little pleasure. I guess it's for the single person.
So if you're single
Everyone
this
gets the
Valentine's
ad.
Day,
Someone
pick up
bought
a
that
plus
ad
one.
spot.
+1
Oh,
Valentine's Day vibrator giveaway for singles in the most satisfying
Guys,
way to celebrate.
That's not an ad.
It's a giveaway.
It's not an ad.
It's a giveaway.
It's the next article.
Oh,
Is
good.
it really?
Yeah, this is
It's a whole new article.
One page.
Yeah,
you
and they're
watch-
doing,
Yeah.
but they're doing a giveaway. They're trying to give it away.
well, if you're going to be alone on
That's-
Valentine's Day, they're doing a
that's-
giveaway for a
That's the
+1.
fourth. That's the fourth tip.
Yeah,
On
get a toy. That's
If
the
you can't
fourth
find
tip.
no one, then
Dating
find something for you.
resolution.
Get
Oh,
you a
God.
toy.
The fourth
Get
tip
you
is
a
just
toy. Just
What?
a tip.
Ah.
Just a tip.
Good
Just
job.
a tip.
We have gone from
job.
talking about love to lonely.
Yeah. I'm going to share to some groups.
That
I've
was
went back to group.
great.
All right, so yeah, there's some tips for successful dating in 2019, guys.
I'm so glad you caught on that. It was another article coming because I was like, man, that is
Yeah.
straightforward for an ad.
So next, I want to talk about we've all been hearing and seeing everything about the tax return
refund.
crisis.
Yeah.
So supposedly the government's back open again. I don't know.
Supposedly.
For another couple
Supposedly.
days.
Could be fake
For
news.
a couple more,
We're not
yeah,
sure.
it could be. Supposedly they did it so they could get paid again real quick. But I was talking to somebody that I
Well, they
know.
had to make
But here's the key.
decisions, you know?
I was all like, I don't keep up with all this crap. So I'm talking to somebody that actually ghosted me, and then we were just having a conversation.
That's funny.
Maybe they breadcrumb me. I don't
That
know.
was a
I'll have to go
breadcrumb.
look. It
What's
was
the
a
other one?
breadcrumb.
Orbited?
That too. I think it's
Orbiting.
all the above. I got ghosted, breadcrumb, and orbited.
the
all
same person?
Anyway, we're having a
That's rough.
conversation because I'm that guy that picks the phone up and calls like, "Hey, why are you ignoring me? Why are you avoiding me?"
Why don't you love me?
And
I
they're
just
like,
want to know about the government.
so yeah, exactly. So we start talking about the government, and I was like, "Hey, so the government's open again," and and she's one of those people that's like, and I'm like, "So we're getting our tax return."
That
And
might be why you got ghosted.
Maybe I haven't heard from her since. Well, no, she says
She knew how much you were getting.
right. She says that even though they're about to start doing the back pay, there's a certain order to it. There's people on a higher priority. Blah, blah, blah. There's all these different factors that go in. And she's like, if they close the government back down within the next month, there's a very good chance that hardly anybody will get their back pay,
Wow.
first and foremost. Now
That's surprising.
we keep hearing that the IRS is working for free regardless. We're getting our tax returns is what the word is. I believe it when I see it. My tax return is filed, so I'm waiting patiently.
Good.
So
Speaking of which, if anybody knows a good tax person,
I do, but he's not free.
W2?
Here's why your tax return will likely be late this year and either smaller or larger than you expect. So your tax fund may be delayed for obvious reasons.
There are so many things. in that.
Saying it might shut down again on or after February 15th if Republicans, Democrats, and President Donald Trump can't agree on a spending plan for border security.
so
Speaking
it's
of
gonna
which,
shut down.
we're sending troops to Mexico already. I've seen that pop up in my feed yesterday.
What happened?
We're sending troops to the
To
border.
Mexico.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yep. So it's about to get serious
Yeah,
up there.
I still like the idea of Mexico. We all just kind of go there and raise the prices of everything and kind of
Yeah.
do like flip house
I
on
mean,
it, but
I
just flip
think
Mexico.
we just buy Mexico and take it over. I mean, just whatever.
Buy Mexico, clean it up, and flip it.
Yeah, exactly. Flip it. I kind of right
See
where
if
you were
Canada
going with
wants it.
it. Canada might
just
want
kidding.
it. Yeah, we'll move Canada down to Mexico. Whatever, we'll make it work. So anyway, during the shutdown, it was operating at 12% of its usual staff. So yeah, your tax fund, there's a good chance it might be late. So don't go out and start shopping for that new car yet. Don't start going and buying your renter center purchases and all that crazy stuff people like to do when they get their tax refunds. And for you guys out there, back to the dating, don't go getting back with your baby mama that's got your 4 kids just for the tax return, because you might get stuck for a little bit longer than you normally do. Just saying. Be careful.
That is a thing, isn't it?
That is the thing. Look around in your circle, not even your circle. Just look around at people you know that have kids that have been separated from their
You know what my favorite part
father
of
or
tax time is?
mother.
Like my absolute favorite part is when like I have a friend. You know this friend that I'm going to talk about.
Yeah.
Every year he gets his tax return for his kid, and he blows it all in like 2 days.
Oh, that's normally how it happens. I seen a meme today where it was like February they get a new car, March.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like it goes from February to April. The car is going on the tow truck,
Yeah.
getting impounded. That's normally how
I
it
saw that
goes.
one, too.
So why your tax firm may be lower than expected. There's a new tax reform bill.
It's the same tax reform bill that could.
Did you ever pay? Maybe or maybe not. So it just depends. You need to find a clue to the likely amount of your refund if you compare your 2018 pay stub or estimated payment to 2017. If the amount of federal tax withheld from your pay
I'd be mad.
or paid in estimated tax was lower than your overall income the year before, you could have a smaller refund coming, or even none at all. So, yeah, that's a good tip right there. Why your tax refund could be higher than expected. Same calculus if federal taxes withhold from your paycheck.
Does anyone really know what's going on with taxes?
We don't.
Does anybody
anyone
really understand
really-
taxes?
No.
Like, I understand that you can kind of.
I claim 6.
I claim me and my daughter.
You better turn
and-
your microphone
Yeah,
off.
right. I claim
Nope.
me and my daughter, and my
6?
incorporation pays me, and I
serious?
do pretty good.
You claim 6
I've
dependents?
blown her mind.
What?
I don't claim 6 dependents.
Oh.
I claim 6 deductions or whatever.
6
Right.
deductions.
Whatever. So here's
I
what
was
happens.
Like, what are you doing?
My refund
Uh,
is like $200.
okay. Federal?
Yeah, something like that. It's like $200.
Oh, wow.
I get like nothing back,
Yeah,
but my paycheck is huge.
sure. That's the handoff, and you're
Why am I
lucky
going to
you're
trust
getting
the
some.
government with my money for the rest of the year
Yeah,
when they can't even stay open?
yeah,
Sure.
Every
That's smart.
president
That is the
has
smartest
shutdowns.
thing I think
Yeah.
I've heard all night.
yeah.
True.
Claim higher. It might take a couple years to find the perfect balance,
Mm-hmm.
but claim higher
Yeah,
and reduce the amount of your regular and your checks will get bigger.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
I've well. So you
Terrence,
have one
hey,
dependent.
Terrence joined us over here. He's talking about his federal tax return on Wednesday. State return is delayed because Virginia's still waiting to decide whether to follow federal tax guidelines or their own.
Oh wow. Well, I guess the
Nice.
state can be more strict. They can't be more lax, but they can.
That's
be more
that's
strict.
wild. That's pretty wild right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for everybody watching. All 7 of you guys, hit this subscribe button. Let's get some more subscribers.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
So yeah, I mean, just look into it, man. It's worth checking into these little fun facts about tax returns. Main thing is file your tax return ASAP,
Yeah.
because the longer you wait, the longer it will be delayed. I do know that
I
for
feel like
100%.
maybe try and automate as much of it as you can. You can do like the e-file.
Yeah, the
you
e-file
can
and
do direct
definitely
deposit.
yeah,
None of that stuff takes
that's my rule.
humans to process.
That's my rule of thumb on tax returns. I'll always do direct deposit because you definitely will get first priority if you got direct deposit.
Yeah.
If they got to cut a check and mail it to you, you're going to be waiting.
Someone's got to go to the post office.
No.
So again, we're going to talk about this tax guy because that's one of the things that's.
I mean, I
about to
have
do.
one. He's not. He
know.
charges.
What all tax people do,
Right.
obviously.
I mean, you know, he's got a standard, but my tax guy is one of those guys that let's just say he gets things done. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, those kind of people I like to have in my corner.
Yeah, he's a good old boy and gets shit done, and he doesn't break the law when he does it, but he makes things happen.
So he knows his stuff.
He knows
He
their
knows
story.
his loopholes.
Well, you know, they're all there for a reason. So anyway,
Sure.
moving on. JD, I didn't watch the Super Bowl. Did you guys watch the Super Bowl?
I
JD,
did watch most of it. Yeah.
I didn't watch any of it because I'm just not into sports anymore. But I did see all the memes and I did see all that. So the Adam Levine thing.
Yeah, so I was in the hospital most of the time
Oh,
watching
no.
the Super Bowl. Yeah,
Why?
my son got the flu.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, poor little
That's
dude.
tough.
But he was hanging out and we were watching football together. But
Nice.
anyways, so the lead singer Adam Levine from Maroon 5 took his shirt off during the halftime show.
He took his shirt off a couple times. First of all.
But he left on his sleeves.
Yeah,
Ah.
it's so crazy.
That was good.
So
Did you see all the memes where his shirts look like people's drapes and cushions?
the one I saw that cracked me up the most, on his side, there's a headstock of a guitar, and it's an Epiphone guitar, and it's like a really cheap low end.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So there was
wow.
like this big meme where people were like, well, if he just would have saved his money a little longer, it would have been a Gibson.
Huh.
Because Epiphone's a
man.
cheap version of Gibson.
That's great.
Anyways, but there's this whole thing now where people are saying that there's a double standard because Janet Jackson, had her nip slip a couple years ago, and
Okay,
they
the nip
said
slip.
they said that it's not fair. She got ridiculed for it when he gets to
Right.
do most of the show with his shirt off and both of his nipples are shown.
Yeah.
So-
I just don't know how I feel about that.
I think that, I don't think that Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake were expecting the kind of level of people being upset that they got, but it was a publicity stunt. So
I just don't understand how
the-
people think that's double standard.
it's definitely not a double standard.
It just doesn't make
it's
any
not.
sense.
I think, okay, so the guy who performed
The
before.
NFL was aware of what was going on,
Right, ahead of
with
time.
Timberlake and Janet Jackson.
Absolutely.
They were aware that was planned. There was backlash. but
Right.
It was allowed.
Wait, they weren't like purposely showing her chest. He was
Right,
supposed to
right.
cover
He
her.
was
And so
supposed
there
to-
was a
right.
legitimate malfunction in timing or whatever it was. But so
Yeah, and I'm sure
The
she
g-
just wears pasties every day.
Yeah.
absolutely, like
sure.
Lil Kim.
Right.
But she didn't have a
Right.
nip
It just
slip.
doesn't make any
It's a
sense.
complete malfunction. But okay, so the guy who performed before Maroon 5, I don't know, Travis Scott? Is that
Yeah.
the name? Did I remember
Yeah,
that
Travis
right?
Scott. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so I saw a pretty interesting point of view where they were talking about how this guy comes out and yeah, it's a delay, but can you imagine how many kids were in that audience that had to listen to whatever they were bleeping out while he was doing his performance?
Oh yeah.
So that to me is a little bit more disturbing than Adam Levine taking off his clothes. I mean,
Yeah.
why is that even a thing? I don't know. It's people trying to normalize the free the nipple movement, I guess. It's just not the right place for it. That's not the right place for how Travis Scott was singing, and it's not the right place for freeing all of the nipples right now in the society that we live in.
Oh God. So what they're trying to attach this to, I just read more into it. They're trying to attach it to breastfeeding.
Really? That's not the same.
Yeah.
That's no. I saw a post earlier.
Here's my thing, like, and this comes from both sides. Like, if you agree with this, it's whatever. If you disagree with it, then I'm with you because
Sure,
this
it's
doesn't
not
make
the
any
same
sense.
thing. They don't
But
correlate at all.
like women who, because I know there's some women that argue, they're like, well, why can guys take their shirt off? And I tell them all the time, just go ahead, take yours off, walk around without it on. They're
Yeah,
like,
why
well, we'll
not?
get looks.
Yeah, well,
then stop complaining about it.
Don't complain about the double standards. Then is how I feel about that. I mean, it is one of those. It's just one of those things. I mean, yes, everybody, we all want equality or whatever you call it, but let's just face it: a guy takes his shirt off versus a girl takes his shirt off.
I feel like plenty of dudes get looks. They just don't realize it.
I'm sure
And
they
I'm
do
not
too.
saying that they're all good looks either, because there's plenty of dudes who have no business having their shirt off. And I'm sure that even you guys, when you see
Yeah,
those
no,
dudes,
I don't want to take my shirt off.
you look at them and you're like,
Yeah, nobody wants to
They
see this
get
with the shirt
looks.
off.
They're
When
getting
I go,
looks,
When I go to a
so-
public place and I'm in a public swimming pool,
yeah.
shirt staying on.
There's,
Ain't nobody
I mean,
wanna see all this.
I don't know.
Be
Some
scaring
people don't have
kids.
modesty anymore. It is what it
Yeah,
is.
true that.
Right.
I don't think that you should be offended by boobs if you see them, but at the same time, I don't know. It's not for me.
Yeah, it's not.
You know,
It's not something
so-
for me either. I'm not down with that plan.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And the people are going to have a certain outlook. You know, if you want to walk around boobs out at 2:00 in the afternoon in front of an elementary school,
Hey,
people are going to have
whatever.
thoughts about you.
Yeah, it's not going to turn out too good for you.
You probably should. Oh, yeah, that's actually a bad place to do it. It's not like, I didn't think. Grocery
It's
store.
not going to turn out good for you. None of those
But I was
scenarios.
breastfeeding.
Right.
I think that's a completely different thing to me.
If you're listening and you got the link in your inbox, please forgive me. I was desperate tonight. I'm sending it to everybody. I'm so sorry. Not sorry.
Oh, wait, real quick. I wanted to bring this up while we were talking about being compared to breastfeeding. I saw this tweet, and the lady was pissed off because she was in the park with her kid and her husband, who's easily distracted, and a woman was breastfeeding her baby. And then when she walked up to that woman and asked her to stop it, she told her to F off and squirted breast milk at her.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic.
Yes. I was like, this is great. I cracked up. I had to read the comments. People were like, I hope this is real.
She practiced that.
Yeah,
She
you
had
think
to have.
so?
She had to have practiced that. To aim and hit someone?
I mean,
Yeah,
she didn't.
that's
She
crazy.
wasn't like specific about, you know. She
Don't
just
crush my
she
dream.
just said she, you know, spit some at her.
Hey, just let him think that she sat at home and was like,
She got it
In
figured
the
out.
mirror, like Haha!
Yeah.
I have
Draw.
another use for this.
I don't know how I feel about it. I'm biased. I'm just like
About what?
the whole thing.
Breastfeeding?
No,
that
about
incident?
just about the incidents
Oh.
and all this. It's not cool for guys, but it's cool for girls, or it's not cool for girls. You know what I mean? It's
There's
like
plenty of dudes,
it's
again,
just-
who
yeah,
should
no,
not
there's
have
plenty
their
of people
shirts
in
off.
general.
And they do. And
It's like people walking around muscle shirts
stop
that
being
ain't
so
got no
offended
muscles.
by everything
You know what I
all the
mean?
time.
It is crazy. It's just like, oh well, if it's not for you, turn the other way. You know what I mean? It's like if you turn the radio on and there's some death metal on and it's not
And
your
yeah,
thing, then are
exactly.
you going to
Just-
sit there and listen to it, or are you going
No.
to boycott it? You're just going to change the channel.
It honestly
Exactly.
would not surprise me with the next thing they try to boycott. Like, nothing surprised me anytime when people start protesting things.
What are they going to boycott?
Who knows?
Oh, okay. I thought there was something specific.
No, I don't think so. Is there anybody boycotting anything right now? Like
Uh,
straws, that was a big thing.
Straws
I
was a
think
big
straws
thing.
is still a big thing.
I haven't seen, you know what I mean? I haven't seen anything crazy. So,
Yet.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
that was a good one.
yeah, that was
Alex.
a good one.
Ha.
Tell me about these glowing squirrels.
Haha, the glowing squirrels.
Glowing squirrels.
Okay, this is pretty good. I gotta open this article real quick. Okay, so
Glowing squirrels.
people are outside watching the little flying squirrels in Wisconsin. And the biologist had a ultraviolet flashlight. And is just, flashing it around, and one of the flying squirrels flies by, and he notices that it's pink. It's glowing pink. So they end up doing this whole test on these flying squirrels, and apparently they're, for like hundreds of years now, multiple species, the temporal range of the last 130 years, a lot of the species of the flying squirrels glow under fluorescent light, and they glow a hot pink color. So,
Huh.
yeah, so there's a new
So if anybody wants to get me anything for my birthday,
a pink flying squirrel?
yes,
Yeah?
what you want?
one that is tamed in some way, shape, or form.
It's unclear why their naturally brown fur turns that shade of pink under UV light. They guess that it may be a way to communicate or identify their own species around dusk and dawn, which is like, same time as bats. So maybe they need to be like, are you a bat? Are you a squirrel? It's a squirrel.
It's a
Or stay away
squirrel.
from the bat. I don't know. But I thought
Well,
that
it's
was pretty
pink.
cool. That is quite pink. I don't know how long we had that picture up there, but that is a pink underbelly. Just a little bit of UV light.
Yeah, that's huh.
It looks like it's dyed.
Yeah, that looks kind of suspect.
I kind of thought the story was going to go somewhere.
130 years they've been genetically like that.
Huh.
So
Yeah.
these glowing squirrels are natural.
Yeah, it's
They're-
not anything.
They're naturally like this.
Yeah,
Yes,
it just
it's-
happens like that.
No, it seems unnatural in the
Interesting.
natural world.
Can we call this what it is? They're blacklight squirrels.
They're blacklight
Blacklight
squirrels.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
feel
they
like-
are. They're
I
They're
blacklight
feel-
squirrels.
blacklights.
I feel like you might be able to get them at Spencer's in
I
the
can't-
blacklight section.
I
I'm
can't
saying,
believe I didn't
just
know
might
about
be able to.
these.
Yeah,
Oh gosh.
interesting.
So there you have it.
Blacklight squirrels.
They're the glowing squirrels. Yes. And I got a little bit more news on Florida Man.
Florida,
been-
always.
Always tracking Florida Man. And you know what? This could be Florida woman. We don't know. Maybe it's Florida people. Maybe it's even Florida children. Who knows? But the FBI is now
Fucking
investigating a secret underground tunnel that was found in the middle of the road. Residents thought that it was just a pothole, and then someone finally called the police. This thing was covered with a pallet. So, yeah, I don't know how it lasted that long. I feel like it must have just
Either that or.
grown and grown.
Well, you know how lazy Americans are now. They'll just be like, yeah, just go around it.
Exactly, yeah. So, they show up, the police show up. This hole is about 2 feet in diameter and stretches 50 yards underground in the direction of a local bank, which is why the FBI is investigating it. They found boots in the hole, tools, electric wiring, and a generator. And so they're investigating. The bank is still open. I don't know if they put in here what bank it is. I don't think so. But yeah, so I hope Florida. Oh, there's a ladder in there too.
You'd think they'd find somewhere else to start the hole instead of in the middle of the road.
They're gonna dig up the whole thing. They have heavy construction equipment out there. It's Chase. It's Chase Bank. The drive-through is temporarily closed, but the bank is still open. And Florida man, don't go back in the hole. And try not to be so obvious next time. Maybe don't dig it in the middle of the actual paved road.
I'm
Move
so
it off to the side.
Move it off to the side of the road might be a good
I
idea.
mean, who digs
Like,
stuff
you
in
just
the
saw
middle
a
of the
pothole
road?
starting and was like, this looks like a good place to put my bank tunnel.
Yeah.
It's alright. Earth started it for me.
Crazy.
It works.
Misguided Audio and Visual has signed in. They're hanging out with us watching.
Well, thanks.
Oh, that's my boy over there. Shout out. We're actually talking about
Matt here.
he's
Hey,
going to
Matt.
help. We're talking about collaborating on that local business spotlight because he does video stuff.
Oh,
So
very cool.
we had a conversation about that. So be on the lookout for that. I'm still trying to get some interviews lined up and
Yes.
If
do
you are a
those.
local business who wants to be spotlighted too,
Yeah, let us
Yeah.
Hit
know.
us up.
Let us know. We would love to talk to you and hear your story.
Absolutely.
Entrepreneurs, anybody, you know what I mean? Anybody, we would love to hear your guys' story, and we want to share you with their followers.
Wait, are we live on Facebook?
No, but
no,
it's
that's
showing
the
up.
thing. Yeah. So, do you guys know what
Um,
cryptocurrency is? You know what
Crypto,
it is?
yes. I actually,
Like Bitcoin, stuff
um,
like that? Yeah.
I actually bought some Litecoin last year.
Oh, you did?
Is that still
How's
a
that
thing?
working out for you?
I quit looking because it was horrible.
Oh, God.
So I bought. Here's the thing about me, like I've been around the whole internet and the underground stuff since a teenager, and I knew when I got in that I jumped in way too late. First of all, and then second of all, I knew it was a long-term thing for me.
Sure.
Because I knew, like I said, I jumped in when it was at its peak. I think I bought Litecoin at like $130 a coin, like
Oh,
an idiot.
wow.
And then I watched it plummet like hardcore.
Oh,
well, I remember
wow.
it was a really big thing there for like
Yeah,
a month.
like,
Well,
people
that's
got
the thing,
everybody was
yeah.
super
buying it.
rich from
That's
it.
that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like everybody got rich from Bitcoin, but these are people that had Bitcoin for years that all of a sudden was like, "Oh wow, we're rich now."
Wow.
And it's becoming, and I still think in the long term it's going to be a good, solid investment. And I think that it's going to be that digital currency. Like supposedly you can order Domino's with cryptocurrency. Like they're starting to accept it places. There's crypto ATM, blah blah blah.
Really?
So
I just ordered
yeah.
Domino's today.
you could have bought it with cryptocurrency.
They didn't give you the option to use your Bitcoin?
No, I think they know I'm too broke to have that.
Yeah.
So let's
So,
shed a
yeah,
little
let's
bit
hear
of a
about
warning
this.
on you. So customers of a Canadian cryptocurrency exchange are unable to access $190 million of funds because the company's founder died, and he was the only one who knew the passwords to access the money.
Oh,
So, but listen, so this guy's 30 years old,
I've seen something about this. This is crazy.
died due to complications with Crohn's disease, which,
Yikes.
if this is true, that's terrible. But he died from complications of Crohn's while traveling to India to open an orphanage. I don't know if he had a funeral in the United States. I don't really know too much about what's going on after,
at least he died doing something good.
died with all the passwords to take $190 million.
It's a lot of money, man.
So
Whether
his wife got all the legal stuff in place to make sure that she was not held accountable. The company is trying to make sure that they do the same thing. They applied for the creditor protection in Nova Scotia's Supreme Court so they can address the financial
I don't-
issues.
So what they're saying
Sounds
is
fishy.
that he just lost $190 million and it went right into their pocket.
It could maybe it's the
Somebody's.
company, maybe he's the only one who has the passwords to access it. Apparently, the access point was his laptop, which his wife had while he traveled to India,
But she can't get
but
into
she
it.
can't get into it, and a security expert
So nobody can get
was
into it.
attempting to do it, and they couldn't get past the device's encryption
And I hear a lawsuit in the future.
either. Interesting. So I don't know if there's something going on there little bit of a conspiracy, or if it's just really unfortunate and these people just lost their money and there's like
Yeesh.
nothing we can do about it. They can do about it. I'm not going to do anything about it, to be honest. But I don't know if they'll be able to. So I
Well,
don't know. You got to be careful with that
if anybody,
digital currency. I mean, our dollar's already digital currency.
yeah, that's
I don't
true too.
see I don't see the money that I make. It just goes into numbers in a bank account and then numbers out of a bank account to everyone
Into somebody
else,
else's bank
into
account.
someone else's bank account. Yeah.
Well, speaking of digital money, Friday night we take cash money.
You take cash money?
Yeah.
Who takes cash money on Friday night?
We're not taking Bitcoin.
Wait, I go to
at the-
places on Friday night.
Yeah, we're not taking any cryptocurrency Friday,
But there's 2 places to go to this Friday, not just one.
right, this Friday we're kind of doing a couple different things. Of
Yeah.
course, we got Alex over here, doing the karaoke for calls.
So the more
Yeah,
you
we had
drink, the better you
200
sing.
$215 for Fairy Godmother Project this last Friday.
Yes, thanks for
Yeah.
everybody that's been coming out and
It's a lot of
supporting
fun.
that.
It's great.
a lot of fun. It's busy.
So
Giving
busy.
back to the community.
Great.
But for you guys that
Or on the late night
late night tip that
and
want to
after.
come hang out with
After the
Jose,
party.
we got Jose Cuervo in the house over at Yakadoo's on 17. in
Doing
the-
a retro party.
Yeah, in the party room.
Wait, are you DJ Ono?
Yeah, I'm DJ
Yeah.
Ono.
Okay.
Yeah, I decided
It's
this like 2
stuck,
weeks
huh?
ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got myself DJ Ono, and we got Mark over here.
We gotta
DJ
we gotta
360.
re-record our intro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Alex.
We still need your DJ name.
I don't have one.
We gotta find one.
Oh god.
Yeah, we still everybody help pick Alex's DJ name. She's way overdue. How long you been doing like parties and stuff? Like
A long time.
a long time.
Mhm.
So we got all that
12
going
years.
on Friday night.
Yeah.
And for all those people who are getting their tax returns back, there's a big adoption event on Saturday.
Oh, nice. How much does it cost to adopt a pet?
I don't know. Hold on. I'm trying to get the event to pull up. I was just reading about it earlier. But it's down at the Pet Value. It's the Your Pet store, so they say. It's from 1 to 4. Furry friends looking for their forever home. But if you do go there, it's at 1253 Jefferson Davis Highway is where they're at. If you go there, volunteers will answer all your questions about how much it costs. And if anybody wants to bring me a pit bull or a lab,
Just bring you one?
Somebody
Yeah,
wanted to adopt one and just bring it to you. Is that what you're saying?
yeah.
Why don't you just adopt it?
Yeah.
See, because the
That's
thing
how it works,
is,
right?
is my landlord says I can't have dogs, but if I say that it was just given to me and I got to take care of
And
it,
you gotta
then he
take
might
care of
understand.
it.
Might be able to pull it
Mm.
off. Sounds legit.
So we got a bunch of parties Friday night. We got adoption event, and then just announced this morning, I believe, Lady Antebellum
Lady Antebellum.
is
Yeah.
coming to celebrate Virginia.
What? Okay. I know the name, and I know that if I heard a song, I'd recognize it. What is Lady Antebellum
Need you
sing?
now?
Okay, that's right.
How
They're a band?
yeah,
Right, so when the "Need You Now" song, there's a guy in that song. Is that one of the
Yeah,
dudes
look.
in the background?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So they got like Need You Now. I'm pretty sure they do Pontoon. I got a bunch
"Need You
of
Now" is the only one that I'm probably gonna recognize.
yeah. Well,
but
they've been around for
they were popular.
a super long time. But anyways, that show's gonna be July 6th.
Ooh,
Yep, and tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. on Friday.
I heard they got some good shows coming up over at Celebrate Live as usual.
Yeah, I was truthfully, I was surprised they're still open this year.
oh yeah.
Yeah, because they're building that baseball stadium.
Do you think they're gonna compete with each other? Do you think that they're gonna be complimentary of each other?
I don't know if they're gonna start doing shows inside of the stadium,
I
which
feel
would
like
be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool, but I feel like they're going to probably fall back. We'll
Yeah.
see. Time will tell. Because they got the one in Richmond, so
And then finally, for the ladies, Sunday night, if you're looking for something to do, our buddy Tony B, who did that awesome intro for us, he will be at
Yes.
Victoria's Secret I think from 6
In
to
the
8.
mall?
Yeah,
he
and
does
apparently
it.
they're doing like a crazy sale.
Oh,
Big promo
He's
sale.
done this before.
Yeah, he does this.
Yeah.
When they do
Nice.
their
It looks like a lot of fun.
when they do their sales, you know, a
Yeah.
lot of these department stores have us DJs out. I do guests sometimes out in Arlington, and
Nice.
he does New York and company. So I mean, it's kind of
That's
cool.
really cool.
Go listen to some music. You know, might drop the wobble on you while you're looking for some bras.
That's
you know
pretty
what I mean?
great.
And for the fellas, if you're trying to get brownie points, it's a good time to go out there too and just go buy some stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, Wes says, don't forget about our Northern Virginia events we got going on out there. There is a lot of those. I mean, you can always go look at Upside Down Entertainment, VA Bar Pong, and all these other great entertainment companies out there.
Yeah.
There's always tons of events going
If
on.
you're an entertainment company and you got some stuff going on,
Yeah, let us know.
Tell
send us a
us.
message.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because we would love to talk about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And here's
Yeah.
a good tip, man. If you hit, so Roger says Hillary Scott, female. Okay, he's telling some stuff.
Wow.
Wow. Roger's a good, he knows a lot about the local music scene.
Roger Brown is the man to know if you need something to know about the music scene.
Yeah,
Yeah?
he knows a lot about it. He knows about the history and who people are, and you know he can tell you a lot of cool stuff. I always follow Roger's stuff about.
And I don't think there's a famous person he hasn't met yet.
He's met everybody. He's
Seriously?
met a lot of people,
Sorry,
man.
go look at his
That's pretty
Facebook.
great.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
got
now I
pictures
have
with
to.
everybody. He's pretty. He's into the scene.
That is so cool.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that is the entertainment. Some stuff. You can always head over to your Facebook and go click on events. And Facebook's really pretty cool feature that they got for the events thing. You know, you hit it and you'll
Mhm.
see all kinds of stuff. You just never know what's going on.
And if you
Eventbrite,
have events you want us to cover,
let us know.
send them to us.
Yeah.
Eventbrite's a really good place to find events. Yeah.
I have a whole list actually on my Facebook. If we're not Facebook friends, we could be Facebook friends, and I'll send you. It's Tony's list.
There you
We
go.
were just talking about that earlier.
Yeah, that's actually business networking and music and a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So let's jump into my favorite segment. We got our W2F news of the week. We dropped the caption list.
Oh gosh.
We dropped the caption list this
We need a
week
new game.
because, you know, on the video standpoint, it's cool and all, and we have fun with it, and it gets a lot of engagement. But on the audio side, it just kind of don't make sense
It's
for
tough.
our podcast. All 300, we went up like 50 subscribers on
That's
iTunes,
fantastic.
and that's all
Thank you,
organic,
guys.
you know. And most of our traffic comes for Facebook, but we're trying to get that iTunes. You know, we want to be podcast friendly and got to do stuff that makes sense.
So
we'll-
share it to all your friends so they can listen on their Tuesday commute to work.
There you go. Listen to it on your way to work. If you only listen to a little bit of this, go back and listen to it on the way to work. Podcasts are fun when you're in the car. So yeah, let's talk about. I found something cool you can do. You can exercise and wash your clothes at the same time, and it's eco-friendly.
Nice.
It's a bicycle. Who would have thought, right?
You could probably also generate electricity with that
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. You know, now you're exercising and doing laundry at the same time. What
Is it just a washing machine?
Yeah, it's just washing.
Oh,
That's
you
what it
can't
seems
like
like.
dry them at the same
Yeah.
time. Well, dang.
But still, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's still pretty cool. Wait a minute, it does look like a dryer. Hold on,
That's
No,
what
it's
I thought.
wash-
I'm
Washing
sure it has
machine.
to.
it's got to be interchangeable. Maybe you can
Yeah.
buy two. Maybe you can buy one bike to wash and one bike to dry with. I'm not
Mm.
sure.
No, they should sell all in one.
They should just
I
hit
mean,
a
they're
switch.
already asking for effort by pedaling to wash the clothes. So I don't know why
Right.
they would ask you to buy a second thing to get
Right.
off the first bike.
They're
to go get
saying
on the other.
they're saying the benefits are it's perfect for all ages. You can get your kids to be inspired with housework and burn off their energy, or it's conserving water, which means you're saving money and helping save the planet.
Yeah.
So, and if you don't own a washing machine, like if you live in an apartment and you don't have a washing machine or something, consider getting one of these. It's BWM bike washing machine. So that's it's pretty cool. I need some exercise. I wonder how much these things cost.
Somebody should buy one and let me know how they work.
Yeah, somebody test it out.
So Mikey just said that YouTube, he loves the YouTube format, and there's no real lag
Nice.
in the chat, so that's pretty great.
That's good to know.
Thank
That's
you
good to
guys.
know
And
for the feedback.
thank you, oh gosh,
If you-
Terrence for
following us over.
yeah,
He's always
subscribed.
around,
Thank you,
man.
guys.
Thanks for anybody that subscribes. You know, it'd be nice if you guys did that. So yeah, bikes that wash clothes and exercise at the same time. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
And here's the craziest thing I've seen of all of
Here
2019.
comes the craziest thing. Following on the glitter here. What's going on with glitter in
Ugh.
2019? I just don't
It's
get
been
it.
a couple years now.
before
There's
we
like
get
beard
into, like-
glitter and
What is up with the
poop
glitter?
glitter. Like,
I just
Did you
don't.
know that there's a website? I'll have to find it, but you can literally
Glitter
send
anything.
a glitter envelope.
Yeah, and
To
it's
your-
like a metric
bomb?
shit ton
Yeah.
of glitter, and they
Yeah.
just open up and just glitter dumps everywhere, and
Yeah.
it says you've
It's
been
like a
glittered by
glitter
the person
bomb.
you hate, and then
Yep.
it signs their name.
Yep.
That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
That's sweet revenge.
So here we go with the craziest things I've seen all year so far. Glitter on your dog's private parts is the strangest
I feel
trend.
so bad for that dog.
Um,
I can't imagine that's comfortable.
it just
Who's gonna do that?
I just don't understand why.
And also, don't
Why?
your pets sit on your furniture and your floor?
Yeah.
And
I
I-
want to know who's
I
the.
want to know what this whole outfit's
Now
about.
this is coming from the groomers that said they started noticing that their customers' family jewels are a little more shiny than usual. Why? Because people are covering them in glitter.
But
Wow.
who looks at them one day and goes, you know what, Spot, come here, and they just
Yeah, I just don't.
that doesn't make any
Creative,
sense.
It's bad.
creative
It's
grooming
really
trend
bad.
is all they're really saying. You know, it's
Oh, it's coming out of North Carolina. That's a new state for crazy shit.
It
yeah,
is.
yeah.
I feel so bad.
Groomery foolery. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
So glitter is like tiny pieces of
I don't get it.
plastic,
Mm.
and I think sometimes glass even.
No, they wouldn't have class in there.
Well, the point is that it's sharp. It's like little
It's crazy to
pieces
me.
of jagged, hard material.
Yeah, I just don't
Why
see it.
would
being
I
you
just
do
wanna
comfortable.
this?
tell-
And why are you
look,
taking up close pictures?
I want to touch on some of the feedback from Twitter
so
people.
bad.
Karen Buller says, "What about the latest glitter balls, dog balls? You can see an agenda. Animal welfare is nowhere to be seen." I have to agree with that. Then you got Kay from Twitter saying, "People are really paying money for their groomer to put glitter on their dog's balls. So you tell me, are you really surprised?" I am very surprised, Kay. You got Jen Ryan that says, "There's a dog's trend of dipping a male's balls in glitter. I told my boss and asked if he wanted to see a picture. All I got was a scrunched up face. A long drawn out no while he slowly walked out of the studio."
This is.
Oh man.
Does anyone listening have a poodle? And if anyone
Please
who
don't
does
do this.
listen
Please
has a
don't do
poodle,
this.
I want to know if this is a poodle thing.
Where did this come from?
This is insane. And these are, I feel like, the kind of animals, people
What's that?
fluff and quaff. And this is not a good addition. Like the haircut, I already feel really bad for them that they look like this.
What's
but
the
this
name of that
is a
company?
whole new level of
That animal company that's all about
Wow.
animal rights. What is their
PETA?
name? Yeah.
Yeah, we should send it over to them.
Oh,
Why are they
send
not
it to
doing this?
PETA.
Why are they not doing anything about this? Yeah, I don't get the point of it.
I don't understand that. I still
don't
don't.
either.
I can't
just
wrap my hand
even-
around the
I
fact that
can't
the guy
either.
who was like, you know what, my dog's nuts needs glitter.
Yeah, let's just move on that one. So look, a woman says she mistakenly took a stranger off of life support.
okay.
This is in New York.
How?
I thought it was
New
going to be
state.
Florida. I thought it was going to be
How?
Florida.
Or Louisiana.
Yeah, or one of these crazy ones, but this is New York.
Wow.
Suing a Bronx hospital over a case of mistaken identities, saying that she and other relatives were put through more than a month of unnecessary grief. I mean, it's going to be more than a month there, buddy. That's just crazy. I'm trying to read. The mix-up began on July 15th. Let's see. Oh, so it's kind of a mix-up all around. She visited a man she thought was her brother, had a tube in his mouth and a
How do you
swollen
not know who
appearance.
your brother is?
Well,
He
I mean,
was
if-
in jail. Her actual brother was in jail and alive.
Oh, we got Virginia a link to this. New York normally follows with Virginia. Yeah, so it is. Yeah, that's crazy, man. So everybody just didn't notice this. How do we miss this?
Okay, so it sounds like
Variations of the
hospital,
name.
Yeah,
Mm.
confused them and they came.
The hospital
and-
confused it and said, "Hey, come see your brother," and then they came and just went with it because I guess the guy's
Wow.
face was swollen up and they kind of just didn't know and they just went with it because, I just don't get
But
it.
she walked in the room and said, "That's not my brother."
Yeah.
But the facial features were similar.
So
And
they
now he's
just
all
rolled
upset
with it.
from jail that his family had to go through that.
Well, at least
The
her
real
brother,
Mr.
yeah.
Powell.
Well, at least her brother's still really alive, but
Yeah.
feel sorry for the guy they pulled the plug on.
Yeah.
I wonder if he actually had any family then.
Yeah, it's strange.
Yeah.
Strange.
That's-
So,
ugh.
yeah, that's my WTF news of the week. There's some good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Well, we already did mine.
what we
but,
got over here about too much toothpaste? What's going on with this?
And this is pretty interesting because I recently switched my kids from fluoride toothpaste to non-fluoride toothpaste. Um, and she's got a little cavity in the front now and a little one in the back, and I was like, oh my goodness, maybe it's because I switched her toothpastes, and she likes to eat candy and stuff like that too. But apparently, according to the CDC and the ADA, and this survey is parents who volunteered to participate, and no one knows actually if the toothpaste their kids are using is fluoride or non-fluoride. But essentially, they all said that they let their kids put way too much toothpaste on their toothbrush.
I can believe that.
And that's bad news. There's fluorosis that can happen when you're exposed to too much fluoride, especially as a kid, and it will mess up your teeth for your entire life. It can make kids other kind of sick too, sick to their stomach or whatever. But it's actually bad for the teeth. You have to have like the perfect balance of fluoride for your whole life to not stain your teeth and also not get cavities. So just make sure the little ones are getting a pea-sized amount or rice up to 1 year. Up to 3 years is a grain of rice sized, and then a pea-sized, and
I've
then
seen this.
a full dose.
I've seen this on some
adult.
toothpaste. Like, I've always seen that recommended thing, but I know for me, when I don't use enough toothpaste, I don't know, it's just not enough.
You don't get a good clean.
I don't feel like I get my teeth clean
you're
enough.
also an adult.
I mean, I'm an adult, I guess, so it needs to be more than what it normally is.
And as long as you're not like drinking the toothpaste.
True.
I think you're probably okay.
True.
Yeah. But yeah, so just pay a little attention to how much the kids are putting on their toothbrushes. And then my last topic, 6 business books you should read this year.
Okay.
I was surprised. I thought for sure I was gonna have read or own one of the books that's on this list, and I don't. So I need to catch up. Do you guys do a lot of reading?
I do a lot of podcasting.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Okay, I've been doing that recently too, listening to other people's podcasts. It's
and
pretty
I'm doing
enlightening.
like audio and video courses. Like right now, I'm going through Grant Cardone's sales training.
Okay.
Teaches
Very
you
nice.
sales from start to finish, and it's pretty great. I'm into a lot of that entrepreneur stuff, and all these self-made millionaires that are online. Like I listen to this Ron Stewman guy that's like has this little 5-minute thing that he does for like morning motivational stuff, and
cool.
yeah, he's really cool. But
Nice. Where do you listen to him?
what is this app called? It's a podcast app. I think Eric told me about it actually. Castbox.
Oh, nice.
You go there and it's got all the podcasts crammed into this one app. So it's like
nice.
Instead of going, Google or Apple or whatever, all this stuff's there, and it breaks it down into categories, top shows, it gives you categories. They got books, they got a lot of different stuff. It's pretty cool. Castbox.
Nice.
Check it out, everybody. Castbox.
All right, so we'll just get through the list here. The first one is called Creativity Inc. By Ed Catmull. In this book, they talk about how excellent teams turn average ideas into gold. But average teams cannot turn great ideas into anything. So you have to be a great team. And as an entrepreneur, you have to pick a great team where everything is just going to crumble. And one thing I was listening to in a podcast earlier is being able to like make decisions. Like as soon as you realize that someone is bad or something is bad, an idea is bad, if the product's bad, you've got to be able to make a decision to say, I'm
Just
just
walk
going to
away.
leave this one alone because it's not working, and
Yeah.
then work on something else that, whether it's a new idea or something that has been
Yeah.
working,
I can relate to that.
is a pretty great strategy, something a lot of entrepreneurs do who always have like successful products and whatnot. The next one is platform, the art and science of personal branding. So this one just talks about strategies for creating your personal brand message, owning your narrative, being the industry leader on your topics. So, just being who you are, self-confidence, I think plays a huge role. I haven't read any of these books also, so I can't explain them any more than what this article says. This guy, I guess I follow him on social media. This is Marketing by Seth Godin, and I, I thought for sure I was going to have this guy's book, and I went and read the list, and I was like, I don't have any of his books, but I read his stuff online. So this is Marketing. Is definitely one that I want to pick up because that's what I do, and he's got, a huge following and great blogs and stuff. So I need to pick this one up. If you're not solving a problem, you're wasting time. So that's what I like
the key
to
to
do.
business.
You got a problem,
Solve
I'll
problems.
identify where it is and fix the problem.
No, that's
My biggest struggle, I don't know about you guys, is like getting people to understand that most of the problems that I fix aren't things that are fixed overnight.
right.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, people want instant. It's like they say people want instant gratification.
Yes.
People also want instant solutions. You know what I mean? Like
and
they
there
want
are
it to
plenty of instant solutions, but when you have
short term when you go instant.
Exactly.
Like I can fix like right now, like if you're at a restaurant and the food don't taste right, they can just go fix you some more and it's an instant fix.
Absolutely.
But the long term problem is that why are they having these problems?
Exactly.
There's somebody in the kitchen that it's not trained properly, or who knows, might be a product, blah blah blah. So yeah, no.
The next one is the $1 Million One Person Business. I feel like the title says it all.
Yeah, it's got my attention.
If you want to be $1 million company while sitting poolside in Bali, this book is for you. So this is how to be successful both financially and personally. That one sounds pretty good. I still want to read the marketing one first. The Lean Startup. I've heard of this book. I've never read it.
I've heard of that one.
Okay, yeah. So the entrepreneur that's building an innovative and sustainable business. I'm really proud of you for getting an office, and I think an office does a lot of things for a business, but I think there's something really cool about like being able to have an organization of people that doesn't have to be in the same place at the same time to operate a whole company.
No, and that's
and that's so much overhead. It is so expensive when you have multiple facilities and you have to have an operating size. I'm thinking about like other places that I've worked, like retail and things like that, and you have to, and especially if you're doing that from the ground up and you're trying to have it is just
for me,
a
you
huge
gotta
part of the budget to have to do that.
Yeah, you gotta start small. Like I'm not gonna lie, like even my small office space rent, it definitely has made a difference in my budget, and I notice it. But I've also it's also created a workplace for me to
and a lot more motivation.
Yeah, and you were very smart about it.
And I kept my overhead low. I didn't go crazy. I didn't go, even though I wanted to jump in there and hire a bunch of people and go crazy with it. I've been smart. My ultimate goal was to have an office place so I could legitimately say I'm a business with an office and I could get an intern, and I got my intern, and it's just baby steps.
Nice.
But it's like even, like JD comes over and works with me and we collaborate on stuff, and, he's like, wow, I can get more stuff done here. I need a key. I'll just post up in here and get stuff done because, I mean, it's like you're sitting at this table.
It's a totally different.
It's a vibe.
Space.
Yeah. You want to, you just want to get things done when you're in a work environment.
From my point of view, when me and him us'd sit down and we'd start collaborating on different stuff.
At the house.
We'd be at his house. I'd be sitting on the couch within 35 minutes. I'm eating potato chips, going to take a nap.
We're bored.
I was just in your kitchen, and
Yeah.
you need some snacks. How about you run out and I'll watch TV?
Exactly.
And I'd be like, hey man, you want to order Chinese?
Yeah, what are we doing?
Yes.
Let's forget
Of
about this.
course.
You know what I mean? So
Nice.
I think, but
it's
hey,
about budgeting.
it is about
really.
budgeting, and then it's about just what works for you. Some people work better from home. Some people like Yolanda, when she does real estate, and I
Right.
begged her to go in on that office with me, and she was like, I don't need it. I
Right.
don't need it.
Exactly.
I spend most of my time in the field, and office is unnecessary for me.
Exactly.
So it just really goes back to what you need and your goals and how you do business.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like for me, I don't meet clients at the office. I go out into the field, but at the same time, I'm trying to build something more. You know what I mean? So there's a whole underlining behind it. But
So, and then last but not least, the $100 Startup. This book was written after identifying 1,500 people making $50,000 per year or more on a company that required a modest investment, in most cases $100 or less. So this is all about people who, bootstrapped after their launch. If you have an idea, you want to leave the corporate grind, this should be a little bit of inspiration, maybe a bit of a guidebook or roadmap.
no, this is cool. $100 startup ideas. That's always awesome.
Yeah. And I think from what it sounds like is that this is not only ideas of things to do, but kind of how people who became successful
Case studies.
How they did it.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
where did they invest the bits of money that they
things
made?
that they figured out.
Exactly. Yeah. So
Yeah.
great entrepreneur books. I'm gonna have to pick some of these up.
There's
maybe,
a lot
maybe
of
we'll talk about them again later.
Yeah, there's a lot of good resources out there. You'd be surprised that just the stuff that if you just start Googling your ideas and Googling how to do something. And I do it all the time. Like, how do I do this? Oh, Google it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then, my biggest thing this year has been I took advantage of free resources that were right in front of me the whole time that I knew about, but I was too lazy to just pursue them.
Sure.
Like the whole business mentor thing with SCORE and the Small Business Association. And it's funny, I've had people when I'm talking about people, they'll be like, yeah, I did that. I didn't get any benefit out of it. Well, because you get what you put into it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So you really just gotta, like, I need to go back now. I'm working on my franchise thing for the beer pong company.
Nice.
So, let's just put in the work, man. You got to. And sometimes you gotta like right now I'm going through this sales crisis. I want to hire a sales team. I'm trying to find people to do sales work. But it starts with me, so if I can't do it, then how am I going to show somebody else how to do it?
You have to be able to train people to
Exactly.
do it, and they have to do it in the way that
Yeah.
represents your business, the way that you built it. There's a lot that goes into it.
You know what I mean? So you got to be the first line of defense for your success. So get out there and grow and do things.
Yes.
So
Goals.
yeah. So thanks for everybody tuning in on YouTube tonight.
Thank
we
you
had our little
for following us over here. It's so
we
nice.
had our little hiccup and we didn't get to do our Facebook Live. I was uncomfortable about it, but hey, we got some people over there. Drove some traffic to our YouTube.
New year,
Yeah.
new podcast.
Right.
Whoa.
We do
Profound.
our
Mind-blowing.
Facebook, YouTube, Google. Like I said, that cool app, man. Like to get into the podcast Castbox, download it.
Castbox, yeah.
And it's all the podcasts crammed into one, and it's nice little. It's an iTunes podcast, I would think. You know what I mean? That's what I would classify it as. Like everything you can imagine is over there. Books, audiobooks is over there. So yeah, check us out Mondays, 10 to 11, ish. Yeah, always ish. Yeah, join us next Monday.
Have a good week.
See you.